Hello, everyone, and welcome back to We Don't Watch Movies with me, Monze.
And me, Corinne.
Yay!
Yay! Back from hiatus because I finally edited our backlog.
Nice.
Yes.
Great. How long ago did we, what's it been, 2 years?
Something like that. I would say a year ago. I think last year I was like, I cannot anymore. Yeah, because of thesis stuff. But we're done with grad school now.
Yes. Yay! Corinne is done with grad school.
Yay, we done. Now we got 2 masters in here.
2 masters.
I know. This podcast pay grade just went way up.
Whoa. Looking at my pay scale, looking at this,
Looking at the pay schedule, the tier.
The tier, yeah.
The steps.
That's how I get paid, so yeah, I know about that tier. I know all about that tier. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank
Very
you.
happy for you.
Thank you. I'm very happy for me, too.
Alright, so today we're in spooky season, right? We're doing spooky movies.
We're getting into spooky, yes.
We're getting into spooky. So this is the first of the recording since we've gotten back, just, FYI.
Yeah.
Episodes before this were backlogged. The way we have this scheduled, is that we...
What is the schedule, Monze? Please list out the schedule.
The schedule actually says that.
Well, I stand recall that we wrote in the schedule.
That we're releasing these episodes in October, so it is spooky season or spooky season.
Oh, yeah, spooky.
So I think this is the start, and we are starting with Bad Times at El Royale.
Woo!
A movie neither of us have seen.
Yes, and I have refrained from looking this movie up.
And it's funny because, the guys, it's on my list of movies I want to watch, and they're like, let's watch this. I was like, no, I can't because I'm going to do an episode, so stop asking.
Yes. The restraint I've held for not telling you everything that's happened in Twisters, because I think I changed mine, so that's the next movie.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I changed it. I was like, I have to talk about this movie with Monze. I have to.
You need to
talk.
You couldn't even talk about it today.
Well, this was on the
the
schedule.
It was on the schedule.
Well, if you look at the schedule, Monze.
All right, I'm sorry. You're right. It was on the schedule. My B. Okay. So, Corinne.
Yes.
Why have you not seen Bad Times at El Royale?
I think there's blood in it.
Oh, gross. Is Dakota Johnson in this movie? Ugh, sorry.
That's so mean!
Okay, sorry.
We love you, Dakota Johnson.
You love Dakota Johnson?
I don't love her career choices. However, I love when she called out Ellen.
Okay.
Ellen was trying to give her shit for not inviting her to her birthday, and then Dakota goes, well, no, Ellen, actually, that's not true. I did invite you. You just didn't come.
Okay.
It was an incredible moment. Anyways, so.
Okay, you loved Dakota Johnson for this one moment.
Yes.
Not for her acting or her career or anything.
No.
It was just she called out Ellen.
I think she's a competent actress. She just hasn't gotten the right movie yet. I believe in
don't
that.
think she's a competent actress.
I haven't seen any of her films.
She's really just so plain and boring. She's just mayonnaise. But she's low-fat mayonnaise,
Oh. I was gonna say, you didn't lose me at mayonnaise, and you lost me at low-fat mayonnaise. What's the point
why
of it?
Even bother? Exactly. What's the point of her? Nothing. There's no point there. Okay. So, Corinne, why have you not seen Bad Times at El Royale?
Because I think it's got blood in it. I think it's about vampires. I think it's scary.
Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. I don't remember if I read the synopsis a very long time ago from getting it mixed up with a different movie. I don't recall, but I haven't read it recently, so I don't know. But I think there's vampires in it.
Interesting. Okay. Huh. I no idea what's going on in this movie. I remember seeing the trailer and thinking, this movie looks really cool. I want to see this movie. And then I never watched it because I was like, it's probably scary. And then I didn't have really anyone to watch it with. I don't think it came out in 2018, apparently.
Oh my god, that was so long ago. Wait, is Nicolas Cage in this movie?
No.
Okay.
It's Chris Hemsworth. Jeff Bridges.
Oh. That's who I'm thinking of. I was like, there's some old manic white guy in this film.
John Hamm is in this. Apparently Dakota Johnson is in this. But I remember seeing the trailer and I thought the trailer was really cool. Like, it was edited very interestingly, that it made me very interested in watching it. And I just never got around to it. Yeah.
Okay.
So, what do you think this movie's about?
I've never seen the trailer, so I'm going based solely on the title and what I think is the movie poster, which might be the movie poster for a different movie.
I mean, literally, because you thought Nicolas Cage was in this.
I think I'm getting it mixed up with like 3 different movies that have similar titles and someone named Dakota in it, and again, some like weird white guy that plays crazy wacko roles. Okay, so I'm gonna stick to the vampire thing.
Okay.
I think I think El Royale is a theater. It's like an old school theater, and it's set in Hollywood, or like Las Vegas, like something like that. And it's like neon, and I think there's a heist. And like,
a heist?
I think there's a heist, and I think there's a mob, and they're like, you think it's gonna be like a typical mob movie or something. I don't know. Like, maybe Dakota Johnson is like some exotic dancer, and she works at the rundown El Royale. I don't know. And then Jeff Bridges is like some retired hitman, and the mob is somehow coming. Dakota Johnson finds herself embroiled in the middle of this thing, but then, or maybe she's like an up-and-coming ingenue. This is like her first job. She's trying to make it, right? And you think it's gonna be one thing, and then suddenly vampires, and it's like, oh, the seedy nightlife is vampires and vampirism. So now, and maybe the mob is vampires. So now they're like, I think there's a car chase with like a lowrider, like an old school car. And I'm just giving aesthetic things. I think it takes place mostly at night, and there's lots of neon car trails, and lots of shooting, gun violence, and vampire violence.
Okay.
I don't have any idea what the story is, other than terrible things are happening here. She's having a bad day. She's having some bad times here. Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, interesting. Vampires. I'm going to disagree with you. I feel like there are no vampires in this movie at all. But I don't know. But that genuinely feels wrong to me. Based on kind of what I remember from the trailer. So I know for a fact that El Royale is a hotel.
Oh.
Or like a motel or something.
Okay.
And I think it's like a bunch of people end up there.
Oh.
I don't know if it's like a psycho situation, you know, like they got rained out or whatever, or why they're meeting here, but I think it's just a bunch of 4 different people. And if I remember from the trailer, Chris Hemsworth, I think he was a murderer. So I think he might be killing everyone or attacking everyone.
Okay.
That's kind of what I remember from the trailer. And so to me, I felt like that was kind of going against hype for him, which was interesting, especially 2018, mainly known for Thor, right?
Thor,
yeah, so I think that's what it is. They are getting, maybe it's like a Shining situation.
Oh.
Where like they're kind of going crazy or mad or something there, possibly.
Okay.
Not like a Shining, like they're having a Shining moment.
No, I knew what you meant. They're experiencing Jack Nicholson.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm gonna assume they start to die off, or maybe they start killing each other off. Maybe Chris Hemsworth is like a figment of their imagination, of like their repressed feelings or something.
He represents the
like the anger or something.
I see.
Or like their guilt of whatever has happened in their lives.
Oh. So, like, Saw.
I've never seen Saw.
Neither have I, but...
I know you, I'm like, but I've also never looked up, like, the Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Okay, so a little Agatha Christie.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. I feel like there's been this trend of, like, taking all, like, the really, stereotypical, handsome, nice guy actors and casting them as, like, murderers. Like Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans, who is it, Channing Tatum in the new movie Blink Twice.
That like interests me.
Yeah.
Like I see the trailer for that Strangers or whatever, and I'm like, I would never watch this, but I want to see Channing Tatum unhinged.
Yeah.
Like, I want
yeah.
that. Like, I love him.
Yes.
After I watched like the stupid Jump Street movies, I was like, I think I love him.
He was so good in 21 Jump Street.
Yeah.
Because he does comedy really well.
He just does it really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like John Cena, where like the strength is not in him being a heartthrob. The strength is in him being a goofball.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Does
anyone think John Cena's hot? Sorry, just.
Well, okay. For John Cena, it's more like action hero. Let me put it that way. Not heartthrob, but like action hero, right? Like they want Channing Tatum and people like him and John Cena to play like the hardcore action hero because that's like physically what they look like. But then what I think they really excel in is playing comedy. And then the type of character that I think they do really well in, at least for John Cena, like John Cena does sincere but hilarious extremely well. Like overprotective dad, that's like perfect role for him, you know. Yeah, exactly. And then for Channing Tatum, 21 Jump Street, he was kind of like a dummy sort of, like, but he
just a complete idiot.
Yeah,
to the max. Like.
The himbo, like they both played himbo so well. So, anyways,
I found a trailer. I'm gonna send it to you.
And I think the same is true for Chris Hemsworth, because I heard he does comedy pretty well. I mean, Thor, when they started leaning more into the comedy of it, I thought Chris Hemsworth did really well in that. So,
some records.
Royale is a by-state establishment. You have the option to choose a room in either California or Nevada.
Is that Tom Holland?
No.
Oh, he's a preacher.
I thought the exact same thing, but it's not.
Oh, that's John Hamm.
This is not a place for
Yeah, John Hamm.
shouldn't be here.
Oh,
Yeah, Royale. No place for a priest.
oh, see the mob. Oh my God, there's blood. Is this a Red Line trailer?
Ron Swanson. I have no idea. I just got the first one I found.
Oh. Oh. Oh, it's like Fargo. Oh, see the mob. It's the mob.
You watch me. I only watch who they tell me to watch.
Oh.
Who's they indeed? Interesting.
To get as far away from him as possible.
Oh. Oh, it's Chris Hemsworth. Oh, Cynthia Erivo is in this movie. Oh, and Kaylee Spaney. Interesting.
Spoilers.
There's
like it looked interesting, right? Like it looks.
It does look interesting.
Which is why I had originally wanted to see it.
Yeah, it looks interesting, but also looks very tense.
A little scary.
A little scary. There's some like names in there of people that are now doing really big things.
Yeah.
So
there's
that's cool.
the girl who's gonna play in Wicked.
Yeah, Cynthia Erivo. She's the one who's singing in the trailer. Then Kaylee Spaney. She's coming out. She's in the new Alien movie, and she was in Priscilla.
When I went to see Deadpool and Wolverine,
Yeah.
they showed that Alien Romulus trailer.
Did they show the red band?
Probably.
Yeah.
I was watching like this trailer.
That was me.
I was screaming in the trailer. I was like, no. And then just like, we're gonna go watch it. I'm like, no, you're not. I'm not watching that. You're not making me watch that. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm not going with you. I don't care what you say. You're not making me watch this movie.
Yeah. So when I went to see the Ghost concert movie with my friend, they showed the Red Band trailer, so I just straight up was just not watching. I was just staring at like the bottom of the screen, like in the seat in front of me, just literally like looking down, like I'm praying, but hearing all the horrible things happening, and then everyone around like, ugh, but it comes out, and I want to know what happens in it, so like I'm interested in it, but obviously I'm never gonna watch it. But I've been reading some spoilers, and apparently in the third act it gets pretty bonkers. So, like, gross. I don't think you should watch it. I think
I'm not gonna watch it.
Yeah.
You cannot make me watch that movie.
Yeah. Plus, like, the guy they got is like a horror director. I think he did one of the new Evil Dead movies. Not Evil Dead Rises, but like the one before that, I think. So, anyways. Okay, I want to revise what I think this movie's about. There's no vampires.
No, but are you sure?
Yeah. I'm thinking of a different movie that has, like...
I want to know what movie you're thinking about.
The movie I'm thinking of, it's literally, like, it's like a woman... I think it's Dakota Fanning, and it's got, like, a neon kind of title, and it's another sort of, like, indie whatever thing, but it's like nightlife, but it's vampires sort of thing. But I don't remember what it's called. It came out a few years ago, too. But anyways, so I think this movie is about all those people at this motel are all, like, murderers of a type. They've all killed people and or are killing people, right? Like, Dakota Fanning's killing someone, John Hamm has killed people, Jeff Bridges is killing people. I think Cynthia might be the only one that, like, isn't.
Only innocent one?
Yeah. But I think all of them are hitmen or serial killers or something like that. Like they're in the job of killing. And because all of them are there, then they're kind of fucking up each other's jobs, you know. So one of them I think is like a mobster. I think another one is a serial killer. I think another one is a hitman. And I think another one is like a federal agent that is looking for one of them. I think he's looking for Jeff Bridges' character. Okay. Sort of thing. So, and it's sort of like a John Wick situation, but not. And also kind of Saw, but not. Because the motel also... It's like a murderer convention, but the murderers aren't aware it's a murderer convention. And they're kind of coming on to realizing, oh, it's a murderer convention. Now what do we do, sort of thing. Mm-hmm. So maybe, like, they're trying to lure them all there so, like, it's a sting, so the FBI can, like, catch all of them all at once or something. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But that's what I think it's about.
Okay. I guess it feels less like maybe they wound up there and they're supposed to be there. I don't necessarily think they're all murderers of some type, but they're probably all criminals of some variety. Mm-hmm. I feel like I wonder if, like, Chris Hemsworth's character is some weird cult leader. Maybe they got on the wrong side of him or something. Maybe they owe him money. Maybe that's why they're there. I don't know. And maybe I don't know if he's like, one of you will survive. Maybe that's why they go a little psycho, but I don't know. I still have the same questions this time around when I saw the trailer, where I was like, what's going on? I want to know.
I bet this is the movie for Dakota Johnson. This is the movie where she shines.
Okay.
Because I feel like this movie has a good reputation.
Does it? I feel like no one watched this movie.
I feel like
George, I'm not gonna bend down and pet you.
I feel like among the indie circles, it has a good reputation.
Okay.
All right, you want to read the thing?
Yeah, I can. Let's see.
Yeah.
So, the El Royale, once popular with the wealthy until it loses its gambling license, is a hotel that straddles the California-Nevada border. In 1959, Felix O'Kelly hides a money bag under the floorboards of his room. His accomplice arrives and shoots him dead.
So that's that shot in the trailer.
That we saw.
Yeah.
A decade later, Catholic priest Daniel Flynn, singer Darlene Sweet, salesman Laramie Seymour Sullivan, and hippie Ellamy Summerspring arrive at the hotel, now run solely by heroin addict Miles Miller, and book separate rooms. Okay, so I'm going to go through the names. So Daniel Flynn is Jeff Bridges.
Mm-hmm.
Darlene Sweet is Cynthia Erivo. I don't know if I said her name right. Salesman Laramie Seymour Sullivan is John Hamm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you were right. John Hamm is an undercover FBI agent.
Oh, yeah. We see him wiretapping.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
Emily Summerspring is Dakota Johnson.
Yeah.
Louis Pullman is Miles Miller, the only hotel's
The
employee.
hotel's only, yeah. The Tom Holland lookalike.
Yes. He did look just like Tom Holland.
They could play brothers.
Maybe they... Long lost? I'm kidding. Okay, so upon checking into the honeymoon suite, Laramie begins removing wiretaps, but unexpectedly finds a second set as well. After stealing the hotel's master key, he discovers a secret corridor where every room can be observed through one-way mirrors and filmed with a camera. Laramie sees Darlene singing, Daniel removing the floorboards of his room, and Emily holding a young woman captive. In the parking lot, Laramie calls into the FBI, revealing himself to be Special Agent Dwight Broadbeck. He's instructed by J. Edgar Hoover. Boo!
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 Wow, historical fiction. J. Edgar, what are you doing here?
They got J. Edgar Hoover himself?
The J. Edgar Hoover? He came back from the grave just for this role.
J.E.H.? Man. To focus on his mission of collecting the surveillance materials, the FBI had planted and ignored the kidnapping. Classic Edgar Hoover.
Classic FBI.
Oh my god.
Ignore the kidnapping.
It's fine. Just do your job.
Yeah.
Believing the mission has been compromised, Dwight is advised to prevent the guests from leaving. So to do so, Dwight disables their cars. Daniel, that's the priest,
Yeah.
invites Darlene to join him for dinner in the hotel lounge. There, Darlene says she is practicing for a performance in Reno, and Daniel reveals his memory is deteriorating. While he's getting drinks, she sees him spiking her beverage and knocks him unconscious with a bottle. Go, girl. Please.
Yeah.
Miles later finds and revives Daniel, telling him that he wants to undertake a confession, but Daniel refuses.
Not the Catholic priest going, not today.
You know what? No thanks.
I'm not on the job right now.
I don't have my Bible, I don't have my rosary, it's not a good time for me.
I know I'm wearing the clothes, but that doesn't mean...
Just because I'm wearing the uniform doesn't mean I'm on the clock.
Yeah, it's like when you see the soldiers grocery shopping.
Oh yeah, and,
Yeah.
They're in their...
In their fatigues,
whatever they're called.
yeah.
Fatigues are good. Miles, looking for the missing master key, leads Daniel to, George started playing with something. Leads Daniel to the secret corridor, explaining that he used to regularly film intimate encounters that he had to send to his superiors.
He had to.
That is really gross.
Okay.
Miles also admits to having withheld one incriminating film of a deceased public figure who had been kind to him. When Daniel leaves to evaluate said film, Miles witnesses through the one-way mirror Dwight attempting to rescue Emily's hostage, revealed to be her younger sister, Rose. When Emily kills Dwight with a shotgun and also shoots out the mirror, exposing the corridor and injuring Miles.
Oh, that FBI agent's dead.
Damn.
She killed him.
Hate to see it.
Okay.
Do you? You hate to see John Hamm get killed.
Yeah.
You listening, FBI? I don't care.
Hate to see that broad back get shot from behind. Why did they give him that last name?
I don't know. Before these events, Emily had forcibly removed her sister from a dangerous cult led by Billy Lee. Ooh.
Oh, Chris Hemsworth.
Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah. You were right then about a cult. Okay.
Hey, it's just the way in the trailer he looked with
Yeah.
and the people following him. That was interesting.
Okay.
In the present, Rose secretly calls Billy to tell him where she is. A witness to Dwight's murder, Darlene, tried to escape by car but fails due to his tampering with her vehicle. Daniel enters her car and reveals to her that he is Doc O'Kelly, imprisoned since a bank robbery in 1959. Recently paroled, he arrives in disguise to retrieve the money hidden by his brother Felix, but due to his failing memory, he picked the wrong room and tried to drug Darlene to gain access to hers.
It's all coming together.
It's all
coming.
To earn her trust, he offers to split the cash with her. They retrieve the money, but Billy and his cult arrive and take them, Emily, and Miles hostage. In a flashback, Billy preaches to his cult how people are forced to choose sides by getting Rose to fight another girl for the chance to sleep with him as Emily watches nearby.
So Emily was also in the cult.
No. Emily is Dakota Johnson. She took her sister, Rose, out of the cult.
Right, but how is Emily watching?
I think maybe she found her sister.
Okay, I feel like they're in the cult together, and Emily was like, "We gotta go," and Rose was like, "No." So then she kidnapped her sister with her. Anyways, continue.
I don't know. Yeah. In the present, a compliant Rose watches Billy as he interrogates the group and finds the film, which he realizes is more valuable than the money. He forces Emily to choose a color in a game of roulette between her and Miles, and kills her when she loses. Before Billy completes another round of roulette, Doc attacks him. A melee ensues and a fire spreads. When Darlene implores a shell-shocked Miles to help, he reveals that he served in the Vietnam War as a sniper. Everyone is something else, and yeah, you're right. Like everyone is something else. Miles picks up a gun and kills Billy and his followers, but a distraught Rose stabs him in the stomach before being shot by Doc. Why?
Whoa.
This guy killed your sister, and you're over here like, okay.
She's brainwashed.
Oh no. Rose is the brainwashed sister. Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm getting these names. Miles picks up a gun and kills Billy and his followers, stabs him in the stomach before being shot by Doc. Darlene convinces, quote, Father Flynn, to absolve Miles of the guilt over his wartime actions before he dies. They then toss the film into the fire and leave with the money. Sometime later in Reno, Doc attends Darlene's soul performance at a nightclub. You know what? I'm so glad she survived.
Yeah. Okay, but what was on the film? Who was the guy?
I'm gonna check the IMDb one and see if it tells me.
Yeah, who was the famous person that they had a sex video of?
It wasn't a sex video, was it? I thought it was.
They were filming
something else.
intimate encounters, and he was sending them to his superiors for some reason.
Well, no, it says he chose to hold back onto one film of a recently deceased public. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
the public
but
figure
he was
probably in.
Yeah.
Okay. Chemical was.
So, who owned?
Oh, Okay, so Billy Lee is also responsible for a string of murders in Malibu. That would have been good to know.
Sure.
Yeah, it doesn't tell us. It's just a MacGuffin. Like, it doesn't really matter.
I was just curious if they were gonna.
Yeah, it sounds like something I have to watch, and I can tell you if you want.
Yeah. I want to know.
Okay.
So, the people that own the motel, are they, like, blackmail people? Is that why they're saying, send us the sex tape so we can blackmail them? And that's why he didn't give for one?
I think he didn't give that one tape because that guy had helped him with something.
Right. But then what do they use the tapes for?
I'm gonna assume blackmail. I mean, I don't really know. Because they're also tapping shit.
Yeah. So why is the motel like that? Who owns the motel?
I don't know. Corinne!
Why is
Okay,
it
hold
like
on.
this?
The film on Wikipedia. A film reel containing a recently deceased person in an intimate act is destroyed in the film's finale. The choice to never tell the audience, here we go, the identity of the person on the film was examined by both critics and film goers. Screenwriters, whoever said the scene would lead to the audience to question if it should be actually matter. He said it was possible the person on the film was JFK, RFK, or MLK Jr. All major political figures who were all assassinated in the 1960s, which if it's supposed to be taking place during that time, are recently deceased. That makes sense.
I see. Like, I guess the point is we never know, but
yeah, in
still.
its conclusion, Wolnar said the key takeaway of the film is that great men aren't perfect. Good people can do bad things, bad people can do good things, and there's more to human beings than the binary forms of righteous and wicked. Someone else said, no, it's JFK.
No, it's JFK.
She pointed out that the hotel, the El Royale, is based on the California Cal Neville Lodge and Casino, which is frequented by the Kennedy family.
That one would make sense because there were so many rumors he was cheating on his wife. So, but yeah, I guess the point is that you don't know because they destroy it, which is the whole point. So.
Yeah, that's why it's just like, it's just a MacGuffin, it's just there for the plot. It's not really supposed to be something like... Okay, interesting. Interesting.
It reminds me of Fargo for some reason. I don't know if it's because of the snowy mountains, but for some reason it reminds me of that. Yeah, I don't think I'll watch it because it's probably too violent for me. But it sounds interesting.
Yeah. Themes and analysis.
Oh, yes.
Let's see. So, right and wrong. A major aspect of the film was its visualization of each character's morality. One of its main cues to this was the presence of the California-Nevada border dividing the hotel. In one of the opening scenes, Darlene Sweet takes her time walking across the state line and crosses it only with the help of Father Daniel Flynn, never actually stepping on the line itself. However, his characters, such as cult leader Billy Lee, calmly walk in between the line without a second thought. To further illustrate this idea, cinematographer Seamus McGarvey used color to give each character a photographic signature. With this process, he assigned Billy to the color of red for the significance of impending doom, blood, and death, black and white to Daniel to tell his distinctions between the truth and deception, and bright colors to Darlene for a character's hopefulness and purity. Goddard said he played his story in 1969 due to the circumstances and tensions during the decade, while drawing inspiration on morality from the techniques used by the Coen brothers. So that might be why it feels a bit like Fargo.
Oh, there we go, yeah.
Like, I just rewatched Fargo. I don't like that movie. It's just, I don't know, it's just not my cup of tea. I think it's just because everyone's just making terrible decisions the entire time, and it's annoying. But the fun thing about that movie is everyone's Minnesotan accent.
Yeah.
So, So in the middle, I'm just like, oh yeah, oh no, what are you doing? Oh, you know. And then me and Ravina were doing that for like 10 minutes, and Gio's just sitting there like quietly, like, oh, you can't do a Minnesota accent over there, huh? He couldn't. It was bad. Crisis of faith is another theme. So the film's themes tackled religion, salvation, and who we really are, and that the film is about humanity's drive to find redemption. She came to the conclusion that the hotel was a stand-in for purgatory. That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it felt like.
Yeah.
Just even in the trailers itself.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like, they're all kind of at a crossroads. Because even, like, Dakota Johnson's character, she's like, I'm doing something right because I'm saving my sister from this horrible cult. But from the outside, it looks like she's doing something heinous because she's kidnapped someone and has gagged that person and tied them to a chair, right? So, and then that's the whole, like, well, if your sister didn't want to leave, then you're infringing on her free will, but also your sister is brainwashed, and can she make decisions for herself, etc., etc. Yeah.
Oh, Korean trivia. Tom Holland was offered the role of Miles Miller. Maybe that's why they got a Tom Holland lookalike.
Yeah.
I love how we're just connecting.
We're on it. We're connecting the dots.
Let's see. Aw, Russell Crowe was originally cast in a role, but eventually dropped out and was replaced by John Hamm. I want the Russell Crowe version.
I think John Hamm suits that. Russell Crowe would have been interesting.
I just really started to love Russell Crowe, and I want him.
You started to love Russell Crowe. I get him mixed up with Gerard Butler.
They're not even close to having
look
the
pretty
same
close.
acting skills.
They look pretty close. They could play brothers.
I guess.
Like, I know what Russell Crowe looks like, but he kind of looks like Gerard Butler in my mind.
Okay.
I don't know. His performance of Javert has kind of, like, tarnished his name and image for me.
I've never seen that.
You should watch it if you love Russell Crowe.
I don't want to watch Les Mis because it's called Les Mis, so I know it's going to be sad.
I mean, the movie is kind of full of itself, so I didn't think it was that sad. But, like, Hugh Jackman.
Oh, yeah, he's in that.
He's in there, yeah.
It's okay.
He has a lot of tension with Russell Crowe.
I like the way you're trying to tell it to me.
I mean, he's literally like, I have a name, and Russell Crowe's like, no, you're a number, and then he escapes, and Russell Crowe's
like, oh, Javert.
Yeah, he's like, I
will... got away again.
Yeah, but he doesn't call him Javert, he just calls him by his prisoner name.
Number 15.
Yeah, or whatever it is, yeah. And then Russell Crowe makes it his whole life's purpose to find this man who is only imprisoned for stealing a loaf of bread. So it's like, why are you so obsessed with this man?
Loves him.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't know what to do with his feelings.
You know how Wicked is coming out? I know this is completely off topic.
Yes. Well, it's a musical, so to me it's really good.
Yeah.
Yes, I want to watch that movie, but continue.
I don't want to watch it. I might watch it. My cousin was like, we watched it, like, we saw it on whatever.
Yeah.
Live for like our 15th and 16th or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, we should go see it. And I was like, I mean, I guess if you're going to put it that way, then sure, but I don't want to watch it.
Uh-huh.
But I just think that, to me, Cynthia Erivo, she just, like, to me, she looks too old to play Elphaba, especially next to, like, Ariana Grande.
Aren't they, like, the same age?
I was gonna look up Ariana Grande's age.
She's like our age or a little younger.
Yeah, she's 31.
Yeah, she's my age.
She's your age. Well, Cynthia's 37.
Oh.
I don't know. I also think Ariana Grande's too old to play Glinda the Good Witch too.
I mean,
they're supposed to be in high school.
I mean, I don't care.
I know you don't care.
There's so many old people are playing young people nowadays.
I guess.
So to me, I'm like, that's not enough to make me not want to watch a movie. If that was the line in the sand.
That's not like the reasoning. I'm
Yeah.
just like, when I saw the trailer, because I think it actually came on something.
Yeah.
I had been avoiding it, and I
Yeah.
was like, they all just look too old.
Yeah. They do. But the movie looks so pretty. To me. To me. I don't know. I feel like when I think of Wicked, I think big production value, and there's like an image in my head about it, and I feel like this movie represents that image. Like, I've never seen the stage production, but this movie represents kind of like my mental image of when I imagine Wicked. So...
Also, they made it into 2 movies. Why? I hate when
That
they
is
do that.
annoying.
Please stop. Please stop doing that.
Yeah.
I need people to stop splitting up movies into like 2, 3. Like, just do it the one and done.
The one
Just
and
one
done.
and done.
The one and done. Just like
Hit
treat
it
it.
and quit it. Like, let's not keep going back anymore.
Quit it. I mean, I think the thing is, like, I get that they're probably trying to honor the source material, but
Like Act 1 is the first movie.
yeah,
Act
like
2 is
exactly. But
No.
it's like
That's still like 2 hours. That's like 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
You can make a 2.5 hour film.
yeah. Yeah. And also I'm like, it also doesn't need every single itty bitty thing, and it also doesn't have to extrapolate to, like, it's a movie.
Yeah.
Treat it like a movie, but I don't know. I'm also sick of that, and I'm sick of like 3-hour movies. I'm like, give me back my 90-minute to 100-minute movie.
Impossible to have like a 90-minute movie.
Yeah,
Like,
2
no.
hours max. Like, I remember when 2 hours was a long movie.
I know.
Now it's like standard.
When King Kong, the Peter Jackson, do you remember when that came out? The Peter Jackson
Yeah.
film came out?
That one was like 3 hours, right? Or
It was like 4 hours.
Yeah.
My cousin took me to see it at a midnight screening. I don't know how I did not fall asleep, but I 100% passed out on the car on the drive back home. But I was like in there, I'm like, is this movie almost over? Like, what time is it? Like,
Yeah.
where am I?
Yeah.
Like, and it was just left. It was like, I don't know, like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm just like,
I didn't like
this
that
is
movie.
also when like midnight screenings were
Yeah.
at midnight, you know,
Yeah.
not like 9 p.m.
Not like a 5 p.m. premiere.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I remember when I was going to watch King Kong. So, we were going to watch it when I was younger, and we started it, and then my mom was like, actually, I changed my mind. I don't want you guys to watch this movie. So, we didn't watch that movie.
Mom, it's just getting good. We just got to the island because that's like an hour.
That was literally when she was like, actually, I don't think so. So we stopped. And then we never watched it. And then I watched it as an adult after college. I think I was 23, and I was watching it with my ex, and I had really high expectations because it was Peter Jackson. And so many people were talking about how great it was, and like the motion capture and all that stuff. So I was like, oh, Peter Jackson made Lord of the Rings, so this will be really great. And
Lord of the Rings is the only good thing Peter Jackson's done. And I mean, I love The Hobbit, but it's not good.
no.
So like,
So I think my thought was, well, I didn't like The Hobbit, any of those movies, but
it's just the source material.
yeah, but I didn't like it, but maybe it's more like Peter Jackson peaked and then he petered off. And King Kong came out before The Hobbit, so maybe he's still in his good era.
You're like, this is the peak time.
Yeah.
This is peak time.
Yeah, I'm like, he's fresh off Lord of the Rings, and here he's peaking, and everyone's talking about this movie, and it's amazing, whatever. And we watch it. I was shocked at how bad the dialogue was. Like, the script, shockingly bad. I was like, what is this? And I think it's written by Peter Jackson. And I was like, no way. This man can't write. Like, this is horrible. How did the person that made this make Lord of the Rings? And it's literally only because the source material was so strong. But, yeah. And then that, like, scene where the giant bugs start eating people, I had to leave the room. When I saw, like, the worm start undulating, I was like, I can't watch this. I have to go.
Yeah.
Like,
I
both...
don't even remember the movie.
Yeah, both me and my ex were both like, ugh, this scene is gross.
I wanted to rewatch it recently, because I was like, you know, I haven't really seen it since then. And again, it was like an hour, and they were just getting to the island. I was like, fuck this.
Yeah.
But every time I see Adrian Brody in a movie, I'm like, God, I love Adrian Brody. I don't know what it's. Part of it's his nose. I love his nose. I love a strong
distinctive
nose on a person.
Good profile.
Nose. Yeah.
Especially on a long face. And he has, like, the sad eyes.
Long face with a distinctive nose.
Yeah. He just looks sad.
He does look so
He looks
sad
tortured.
all the time.
He looks tortured, but so brilliant.
He's the perfect, like, tortured,
genius, yeah.
Tortured genius. Okay, so Corinne, what do you think of this movie? Bad Times at Royale. Out of 5 stars, how many stars do you?
I'll say I want to give it 4, but I'm curious on the execution. The main deciding factor is how pretentious is it? You know, I'm not getting pretentious vibes, but you never know. That's something you have to sit and watch the movie to be. It's because I love a good art movie. Don't get me wrong. I love a good indie movie. I think my tolerance for pretentious films is probably higher than a lot of people, but I still draw a line somewhere. So I'm curious what the, I don't know if you call that the tone, or I don't know what you would call that, but I'm curious how that is, how pretentious it is, or not, how full of itself it is. If it understands the kind of movie it is and respects the kind of movie it is, or if it's trying to be something it isn't. So yeah, 3.5 to a 4.
3.5 to a 4.
I think it could be a 4, but right now I'm putting it at 3.5 because I haven't watched this movie and I won't. What about you?
I guess I'd give it a 3. I like sort of the twists and turns. I think it's a little silly that everyone has like a secret motive.
Yeah.
I mean, not that it's silly. It's kind of what I expected, but I don't know. It just felt like. I think the thing that was like, this is dumb, was when the Miles guy was like in this thing and he's dying and he's like, by the way, I was a sniper. Like,
yeah,
that's
sure
kind of
like
the movie it's not like that. Maybe it is, but
yeah.
It is a bit like, okay, like now we're revealing your deep dark secret. Like, like you couldn't just die. Like, whatever. I am interested in like how it comes out. Like, I think the trailer's edited really well, so I hope that it hypes me up. Like if and when I watch it, I get like just as hyped, and it hits the hype, and it doesn't
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna give it like probably an actual score if and when I watch it.
Yeah. It reminds me a little bit of No Country for Old Men because it takes place predominantly in a motel. I haven't seen it, but I read the book.
Of course you have.
Yeah. But a lot of that takes place in like a hotel, and it's like multiple people, and they're trying to find like this. They're trying to figure out what to do with this stash of drug money, and then this really.
I have no idea even what it was about. I know that Javier Bardem's in that movie, right?
Yeah,
he's
plays.
Got the axe. That's all I know.
He's got the axe.
That's all I know.
Yeah, he's he plays like a sociopath, a psychopath. I think a sociopath. He's like totally unhinged.
He's gotta be with that haircut he's got.
Yeah, Anton.
You know somebody crazy when they got a crazy haircut.
Yes, when he's rocking that Gary Oldman Fifth Element toupee. But Yeah, it's like there's drug money and some random guy stumbles across it, but the people that money was supposed to go looking for him, and then the FBI are also involved, and then the local sheriff is also involved, and then Javier Bardem is like the guy that's kind of like sent. I think he's sent by the cartel, or he's like some lone person or whatever. But he's extremely dangerous. He's very like heads or tails, and then flips a coin, and if it doesn't land on what you call, he kills you. Like that's literally his morality is based on that.
I'm very unlucky I would die.
Yeah, like there's a scene where, and then if you don't choose, he kills you. So.
Oh, well, that's dumb.
Yeah, it's like he forces you to choose, and it's kind of like, okay, well, sorry, but you're gonna die because it didn't land on what you wanted. And then there's like, there's a lot going on, and almost everyone in there dies, including the guy's like pregnant wife.
Spoilers. Not rooting for her if I watch it.
I mean, that movie's been out forever, but yeah, it's basically like.
Spoilers.
It has been out for, it's only like 20 years, I think, since
It
that
has
movie
not
came out.
been 20 goddamn years.
I think it came out in like 2006.
Came out in 2007. Anyway, spoiler.
And the book's been out for much longer than that.
Spoiler!
Which the book
Don't
is...
tell me how the Bible ends. I'm not done.
Well, you're in for a wild ride.
I haven't finished the New Testament, so don't tell me how it ends.
I heard it gets
rooting for this
crazy.
Jesus guy.
I don't know, but don't get too attached.
I'm still trying to figure out why he's got his whole little thing going.
Why? He just values arm day.
I love that.
It's practicing his grip strength. Anyways, before this gets more unhinged and blasphemous,
Can you tell we have ADHD?
yeah, where can they find us, Monze?
Oh, jeez.
We have an Instagram now.
Yes, we do have an Instagram.
We've divested from Twitter.
I tried really hard to update it. I forgot last Friday, but then I did it this, whatever. I don't remember what it's called, to be honest. It's called We Don't Watch Movies Pod.
We Don't Watch
you can
Movies
follow us
Pod.
on Instagram at We Don't Watch Movies Pod. You can also follow me on Instagram at Magic Monster. Monster with a Z.
Yes.
And what about you, Corinne?
You can follow me on Instagram at Corinne is Korean. That's 1 R and 2 N's and a C.
Wow.
Yeah. Awesome.
Amazing.
Well, thanks for listening. If you've watched this movie, tell us about it. Is it pretentious? Is it not pretentious? How artsy is it? Do you like
On a scale of 1 to
it?
5, how pretentious is this movie?
I just think it could veer dangerously into, it ruined itself. But I like the story. But yeah, tell us about it. And also tell us what the vampire movie I'm thinking of is.
We're not going to Google it, so you need to tell us.
Because it came out around that time. Anyways, and yeah, thanks for listening. We're gonna be trying to roll out these episodes every week, every Friday. So follow us on Instagram, find us on YouTube at We Don't Watch Movies, and anywhere you get your podcasts to get updated. Cool. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.